Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing European Outlook for today's second video. So as also on a Thursday, we're having a look at the weather for next week, 10 days in detail for Europe, and I should get on that for you in a second. Just say that the first video today was our 7 AM forecast, and we've also got a 10 to 14 day coming up later on this afternoon. Terry Scoley's autumn forecast will be released tonight. So we released Terry's September forecast yesterday. His autumn forecast is on the way for you tonight. Please like, share, subscribe on all our videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, okay, we're going to start off with weather across Europe today. So this is for Thursday, 2nd of September. So, of course, high pressure dominating across Western Europe. That's the big storyline. It's been there for seemingly weeks and weeks and weeks. It's actually been around a couple of weeks, but the monotony of the weather at the moment here in Northants, it feels like this high pressure's been going on for like months and months, but it's only been a couple of weeks, but it's still there anyway. It's centred over Ireland and the UK, bringing more dull, cloudy weather to east areas. Best sunshine will be in the west. Further northwards, across northern Europe, we've got this northerly wind digging in over Scandinavia, so a taste of autumn, especially across northern Scandinavia and into Baltic Sea regions and in the northeast. Then this ridge extends into the central and eastern parts of Europe with slack pressure gradients down in the south. Upper air temperatures are warm across most parts of Europe, nowhere near as hot as it was 2 or 3 weeks ago across southern Europe, but still pretty warm, still quite hot in the central part of the Med in particular, as you expect at this time of year. Warm upper air temperatures in the west of Europe as well, but of course we're under that high pressure, so where it's cloudy, you know, it's not particularly exciting with the temperature. And then going further north, we've actually got a push of autumn into the far north of Scandinavia, so north parts of Norway, Sweden, down into Finland. You've got a chilly northwesterly wind. Most parts of Europe dry under that area or ridge of high pressure. So what precipitation is mostly in the far north. Got some heavy showers across Scandinavia into Baltic Sea states and into the northeast of Europe as well. And we've got a few heavy showers and thunderstorms down here across southern parts of France, northern Spain, and into the central bowl of the Mediterranean. Those areas apart, it's mostly dry across Europe today, and quite warm away from the north of Europe, where it is a lot cooler, and I mean a lot cooler, across the northern part of Scandinavia. Real push of autumnal air. Most parts of Europe actually quite warm. Looks really hard to cross central parts of France, temperatures up to 30 degrees. Most parts of the Med still up to 30 degrees as well. And sort of mid to upper 20s Celsius through the central parts of Europe. It is cooler though in the east. Right, going through to Friday, high pressure still dominating across western parts of Europe. Still this push of northerly winds across northern, northeastern parts of Europe as well. Upper air temperatures show that Scandinavia in particular has turned quite cool, and into the northeast of Europe and west of Russia as well. Otherwise, most areas looking quite warm and particularly hot still through most parts of the Mediterranean. The showers from Scandinavia pushing more in towards the northeast of Europe and west of Russia tomorrow, although there will still be some showers left across northern Scandinavia. Heavy showers potentially through southern parts of France as well, over Alpine regions, might be some thunderstorms. Otherwise, again, most parts of Europe are looking dry tomorrow, and the temperature again widely sort of mid-20s Celsius across much of Europe, upper 20 Celsius to below 30 Celsius across southern parts of Europe, and then a lot cooler through Scandinavia and into this northeastern part of Europe. Through to Saturday, high pressure again dominates across northern and western Europe. That push of northerly winds is being pushed more over towards western Russia by this point, but it does look very cool across northern and northeastern parts of Europe. Conversely, though, it's actually going to be hotter down across southern Europe, and this warmth is beginning to draw northwards through France into towards parts of UK as well. So that's how we look precipitation-wise. Again, a few showers left from that northerly in the northeast of Europe. 1 or 2 heavy showers through France into the Alps and northern Italy. In fact, other mountainous areas of Italy might start to see a few thunderstorms breaking out on Saturday. Otherwise, a lot of dry weather across southern Europe and many northern, western, and central parts of Europe looking pretty dry as well. Cool in the north of Europe from Scandinavia into the northeast. Temperatures will be pegged back probably in some areas just into single digits, especially through northern parts of Scandinavia and like into parts of Finland. You know, it really will be very, very chilly indeed up there. But otherwise, it's a warm scene. Temperatures again widely sort of mid to upper 20 Celsius. 1 or 2 areas could get to 30 degrees, especially so down in the Mediterranean. Sunday, high pressure then is dominating across most parts of northern Europe. It is slipping further eastwards with time, though. This is drawing up hotter air through the western side of Europe, and also we should start to finally get rid of this cloud across the UK as we get through to the weekend, as that wind direction changes from a northeasterly to like a southeasterly. So the upper air temperatures look hot through the west part of Europe. It's getting very warm through France, really hot through Spain and Portugal. A proper push of heat through there. Warm air being drawn into the UK and Ireland as well. Still cool from Scandinavia and down into Poland, and particularly so in these far eastern and northeastern regions. But gradually, I think the coolest of that northerly is being pushed into the west of Russia. Most parts of the Med actually look quite hot on Sunday. Loads of dry weather under that area of high pressure. A few heavy showers around the Alps and down into Italy. Maybe a few thunderstorms breaking out across Greece as well. A few light showers mainly left over in the far northeast of Europe. They've got some cloud and rain moving into western Scotland and Ireland, but I think most of that will fizzle out. Otherwise, most areas are looking dry, with some wet weather approaching Portugal. Temperature-wise, it's hot at western side of Europe, so temperatures are going to be widely into the mid-30s Celsius, I think, across Spain, going into the low 30s Celsius through much of France, and even into southern England, we might get the temperature by Sunday into the upper 20s Celsius. That heat beginning to extend towards the Low Countries, western parts of Germany too. Conversely, it is still a cool scene though in the far north and east and northeast of Europe. Monday is going to see high pressure still dominating the weather. It's slipping south a little bit though, with time starting to pull in more of a westerly towards parts of Norway, but generally most central, eastern, and indeed west parts of Europe are dominated by high pressures. There is an area of low pressure, though, in the Atlantic off the coast of Portugal. Upper air temperatures on Monday look pretty hot through most parts, but West Europe again, especially through France, Spain, and Portugal. Really warm through either the UK into the Low Countries and Germany too. Cooler though through Scandinavia and the East Europe, although beginning to warm up a little bit across Norway as we start to draw in that westerly wind from off the Atlantic. Most parts of bed again look quite hot on Monday. Precipitation-wise, because high pressure dominating, going to be lots and lots of dry weather. So most parts of Europe are looking dry. There's a few showery bursts around, especially through western, southwestern parts of Norway, and one or two showers through Northern Ireland as well. But much of Europe actually looking pretty dry on Monday. And temperature-wise, yes, it's hot again in western Europe. I think see temperatures in southern France, potentially into the mid-30s Celsius there. We might be getting quite close to 30 degrees in southern England. It just depends how much sunshine there is, but definitely pretty hot through the western side of Europe. Cooler though further northeast you happen to go. That's Tuesday. Again, high pressure is dominating, but also it's weakening a little bit with time, but still most parts of Europe under that area of high pressure. Again, it does look quite hot through the western side of Europe, cooler in the east and in the northeast of Europe. Precipitation-wise, again, quite a bit of dry weather, some showery bursts from Sweden through the Baltic Sea in towards the northeast of Europe. One or two showers around the southeast part of the Mediterranean as well, a few thunderstorms through there. And some wet weather off the coast of Portugal and into the Bay of Biscay might just threaten some storms into western parts of France. But most areas still look dry on Tuesday, and it is a very warm to hot scene across most parts of West Europe. Again, temperatures approaching 30 degrees, potentially across northern parts of France, maybe into south of England, above 30 degrees across southern England, across southern France, I should say, down to Spain and Portugal on Tuesday. Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, and Western Germany looking very warm at this point as well. Pretty warm through the Balkans and down to southeast of Europe. Coolest weather is again through Scandinavia and into northeastern parts of Europe. Wednesday, begin to see that high pressure starting to slip further eastwards and begin to weaken a little bit. It looks like pressure is generally starting to lower a little bit across Europe by the middle of next week. Upper air temperatures look quite hot across southwest Europe and extending up in some parts of Germany potentially as well. Coolest upper air temperatures in the northeast, but beginning to get a bit warmer through there. Notice there's more in way of showers around by Wednesday. So Poland, for example, heavy showers there. And in towards Ukraine could be some thunderstorms. And turning showers across North Scandinavia, showers perhaps breaking out through parts of Ireland, England, and Wales, and down into France as well. Scotland still mostly dry. Some heavy showers across northern parts of Spain even too, but most parts of the Med away from Greece looking looking quite dry. Temperature-wise, still very warm across most parts of Europe midweek, especially through these western parts of Europe, and the heat is extending eastwards a little bit as well, even southern parts of Scandinavia, like Denmark into southern Norway and Finland and Sweden, beginning to get a little bit warm there. Northern parts of Scandinavia still looking really quite cool, though. I'm going to go through into Thursday, and again, the high pressure is sort of in the north and the northeast of Europe now. Lower pressure just looks like it's beginning to develop across western parts of Europe, perhaps. Upper air temperatures, again, looking generally quite warm, and the northeast Europe is warming up as well on Thursday, just becoming more and more showery as the days go by. So now we have the risk of heavy showers and thunderstorms through Ireland, from UK into France, possibly into parts of the Low Countries, into southern Germany as well. And still those showers and storms left around eastern parts of Poland too. Mainly dry for Scandinavia, it has to be said, and much of southern Europe still looking reasonably dry. Temperatures begin to lower a little bit across western and northwest Europe as these showers start to break up. They begin to cool things down, the hottest temperatures across southern and southeast parts of Europe. And I'll just run you on today. This is Friday, next week, 10th of September. High pressure through Scandinavia will start to draw up warmth into the north and northeast Europe, but at the same time, low pressure is developing across western Europe and into the Atlantic. And into the weekend of the 11th and the 12th of September, it just generally turns more and more unsettled across Western Europe, with showers and longer spells of rain breaking out. Temperatures will be lowering as well. At the same time, it's probably reasonably dry and a bit warmer under this ridge of high pressure across the northern and northeastern parts of Europe. Right, okay, so generally it's going to be quite a warm week across most parts of Europe, and reasonably dry as well, until we get towards the last stage of the week, when I think particularly Western Europe starts to turn more unsettled and begins to cool down as well. There is a lot of uncertainty about that, though, so I would take anything from around Wednesday, Thursday onwards, with quite a big dose of salt. Right, so that's it for the European Outlook for this week. We'll do it all over again next Thursday. We're going to be back later on with your 10 to 14 day, and then tonight we're going to have Terry Scully's Autumn 2021 forecast. For the European Outlook for this week, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.